So that'll continue to grow. That will continue to grow as people get in. It is nice about Zoom, Philip. We never have to worry about traffic. So, and people getting parked. Um, all right, Les. So we don't run out of time, as I know everybody's got lots of things to do with lots of listing appointments and chasing stuff down. Why don't you go ahead and start us off with an invocation?
Thanks, Michael. Let's pray. We thank you, Lord, for this day. We're grateful for the opportunity to serve the needs of this community. We remember those in harm's way, either in the military or healthcare or law enforcement. We pray for those in the Carolina One family who are ill or hospitalized, and we ask for your swift healing. And Lord, we pray for our leaders, provide them with wisdom and courage, and be with us as we serve this community, Father. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Les. And we'll transition from obviously your opening prayer, which I appreciate very much, into gratitude. This is the first time we've been together as a group since our awards event last month at College Park in Ladson at the fairgrounds, which really turned out to be a great event. It is ironic, and we had so many comments on the fireworks show and the presentation and some of those aspects, and it certainly is ironic to have had planned well in advance such a reminder of our freedoms and what we truly have to be thankful for, especially in the middle of what's going on in the world. And it's just crazy that we had that stark reminder right above our heads the day after all this mess in Ukraine started, and certainly reminds us how fortunate we are to be able to do what we do. On the gratitude side, by all means, if you have any gratitude you want to put in the chat box, feel free to. I want to, sounds kind of weird, but express some gratitude for things that could have been a lot worse. And we've had, and I'm sure there are others, but we had some of our Carolina One Mortgage folks be involved in some serious automobile accidents through no faults of their own. Aubrey Dangerfield in Metro North, I think, broke her elbow and maybe her wrist. And Trip Ritchie is still in ICU at MUSC, undergoing some treatment from an accident from late Sunday. And hopefully they're both going to recover and be okay. And things probably could have been a lot worse. And I sent out to the managers an update on that yesterday, just reminding them it is amazing how fast life can change in a moment. And we certainly shouldn't take anything for granted with those that we care about and love in our lives, because it is amazing how fast things change. And both those folks, I pray and hope, are going to be okay. I know we've got some members of our Carolina family going through some various health issues and treatments and other things, and we'll just keep them all in our thoughts and prayers, because we are certainly stronger together than individually. So I am grateful that we're talking about their recovery and things moving forward. Want to congratulate, during the awards, we always want to strike that balance between recognizing all of our award winners in the various markets, recognizing that the markets are different. Obviously, we recognize the top agent and team in each office because the markets are different, even though we compete against one another. It's important to recognize those, but we also obviously want to also make sure we respect everybody's time and keep things moving along as quickly as possible. So there are a couple of award categories, doesn't make them any less important, that we're going to recognize on Town Hall, and a couple of other things that I was just going to mention shortly. We'll also, after Town Hall, now that we've recognized all our award winners, go ahead and put out the award sheet for all of our categories as well. That kind of printed, sheet that we usually have at the awards as well. So a couple of people that I wanted to recognize on a couple of different categories. First off is our 20-year society, 20-year award of distinction. These are people that have been with Carolina One family for 20 or more years. Obviously a pretty impressive feat, and certainly a partnership that we value and greatly appreciate when you talk about being partnered with somebody for 20 years. Um, and going through, these are all agents that would have joined us in 2001. It's kind of crazy. Going through Dan Pappy in the Long Point Road office, Jennifer Nance in the Coleman Boulevard office, Jeannie Hinden, New Homes. Jeannie's been with us 20 years, as well as Mark Curse in the New Homes division. Vicki McCoy out of Coleman, Stormy Mullis out of the downtown office, our amazing OA in downtown, Steve Smith out of Long Point Road, Raina Rubin, one of my personal favorites, out of Charleston Central. Raina and I have worked together for a long time when I was the broker of that office for a little bit. Elliot Hudson in the downtown office, Everett Preston in the Isle of Palms office. Again, some of these people had been with us before and then left and had other companies or been in other operations and come back. So Everett Preston, 20 years. Nora Tanner, Cane Bay office. Bob Hood, Coleman Boulevard. Angelica Schelling, Main Street. Rob Bailey, Trolley Road. Toby Spar, Coleman Boulevard. Linda Hetherington in the Mount Pleasant North office. Anna Cusick Murchison, who just celebrated a big birthday. Don't worry, Anna, you're getting younger. It's not as bad as it used to be. In the Metro North office, Crater Camp in Trolley Road, Mary Maloney in Long Point Road, and Ed Dempster in the Metro North office. Ed was actually with us for a period of time, had a brief gap. We won't hold it against him. And then rejoined the Metro North office. So Ed's also in the 20-year society. So congratulations to all of those agents, and as well as everyone who had previously been recognized in the 20-year society. We certainly appreciate your partnership and everything that you do for your clients. Another group that I wanted to recognize were the Lifetime Achievement Award winners. Lifetime Achievement Award winners have closed at least 500 transactions or 100 million in closed volume. An impressive feat in any world. These are some of the agents that are downstairs on the wall in Salt Point, and marketing will coordinate with these winners to get your picture taken and add it to the wall downstairs. And we look forward to a lot of you guys who strive in your career to at some point reach that level. But those agents who are being recognized as new qualifiers to the Lifetime Achievement Award are Brian Klein. Okay, now nobody gave me the offices and all these, so I'm just going to give you your name so I don't get your offices wrong. I do know some of them, but I don't want to get any of them wrong. Brian Klein, Nora Tanner. So I know Brian Klein, West Islands, Nora Tanner, Cane Bay, Marsha Ray, Gay Hartman, Amy Templeton, John Rudloff, Susie Smith, Jay Vander Irvie, Bridget McElroy, Randy Mesher, Charlie Hamrick, Lisa Northrup, DeBose Cuthbert, Shane Ford, Drake Heron, Tom Capp, and Larry Pearson. And all of these individuals, and this isn't only production at Carolina One, this is their lifetime production as recorded in MLS. Before there were records, sometimes we have some spotty records, but all of those individuals for their careers have closed either 500 closed units or 100 million in closed volume. So certainly quite a feat, and I want to congratulate, no, you guys will join me in congratulating our 20-year society winners as well as our lifetime achievement winners. The last category or last item that I was going to mention is, we have gone to recognizing the top winner team and individual in each office, and no longer on the big stage doing the top 5 overall, just again out of a commission of time. But I did want to single out our top 5 individuals and our top 5 teams, just so they deserve a little extra shout out. Our 5th place individual last year overall was Brian Klein in the West Islands office. 4th place was Jenny Hood Emerson, Coleman Boulevard office. 3rd place was Ariel Trush, West Islands office. 2nd place was Jim Kimpson in the Edisto Island office. And 1st place was Nancy Hoy out of the Coleman Boulevard office. Those were our top 5 overall individuals as a company. Congratulations to them. And the top 5 overall teams for the entire company. In 5th place was the Low Country Elite Group in Main Street. 4th place was the DDBV team in downtown. 3rd place was the Fox Family team in Metro North. 2nd place was the Chris Facello group out of the Charleston Central office. And 1st place for teams last year was the Kaywood Dinsmore group out of the Daniel Island office. So congratulations to the top 5 in those various categories, and all of our additional award winners, as well as everybody that was recognized at our awards event. Again, it's a balance trying to figure out how we save time and give you guys as much time on stage as we can. But we sincerely want to appreciate you and everything that you've done. New award categories will actually be online probably the end of this week. They didn't do too much, but they do adjust with the market a little bit. So look for those, and we'll send those out company-wide as well. All right, so Les has sent me, you can send me a couple at a time if you want, Les, but Les has sent me our first American Express gift card winner, which is Matt Augustus from the Charleston Central office. So congratulations, everybody. Matt's buying lunch. But in addition to that American Express gift card winner, just for appearing, plus we're at about 300 people. So Julie and I will make at least a $300 donation to the Salt Point March of Dimes fundraising team, which is getting going. I promised a dollar for everybody who attended. So that'll get us 10% of the way to our goal just in one day. But besides that, first American Express gift card winners, I'm going to throw it over to Philip Chivis and John Grasillo over down there in lottery headquarters. It looks like they're going live now to give away our activity contest prize winners, where somebody's going to win $1,000.
Thank you, Michael. You guys stay around. We may pick the Palmetto 5 after the town hall. Go ahead, John.
Good morning, everybody. We're thrilled to be here with you this morning to celebrate our office winners in our Row the Boat activity contest and to recognize our overall company-wide winner. The contest was a great success. We had nearly 300 participants. We actually had a record number of scoring points achieved compared to the recent contest we'd run with a similar structure. So there was a lot of good energy in the contest. And really, I'd just like to underscore the impetus, the primary impetus for our contest is a little different than what many companies do. It's not just about the recognition or the incentives and prizes or even the competition. Those are all nice. But the real effort here is to help us with a little extra nudge to modify and change our behavior and our daily behavior, so that we will be more and more focused on those activities that we know generate a predictable flow of business. And so if you ever run into someone who's trying to cut weight, what you'll notice is if they start documenting what they eat, just that enhanced awareness tends to change their behavior. And that's what we're trying to do with the contest. So we're going to celebrate the 12 office winners today who made significant efforts to modify their behavior. And I can bet you that if we look 3 or 4 months from now, you'll see an impact in their business, because we've been seeing that over the last couple of years as we've done these contests. So Philip, you want to start by announcing who the office winners are, and we'll put them in this drawing.
So we have 12 office winners, and there are no non-winners at Carolina One. So everyone will be receiving at least American Express gift card this morning. Let's go through. I'm gonna call out the name. John is gonna fold it, put it into the magic prize wheel here. Melanie from West Islands.
Congratulations, Melanie.
Yep. Ann from Mount Pleasant North.
Awesome.
Beth Ann from Coleman.
All right, Beth Ann.
Jackie from Trolley Road.
Excellent.
Gina from Daniel Island.
Thank you.
Abigail from Long Point Road.
Great.
Justin from downtown.
Awesome.
Haley from Metro North.
A lot of repeat offenders.
Michelle from Main Street. Greg from Charleston Central. Gail from the Isle of Palms. And Aisha from Cane Bay Next End. So we've got them all in the magic wheel here.
Sort of.
We're gonna lock the wheel. We're gonna spin it. I'm gonna let John pick two non-winners. These, unfortunately, folks, are our first two non-winners. These folks will win an American Express gift card. And they are not in the drawing for the $1,000.
First out, Michelle Driggers. Sorry about
Michelle,
that, Michelle.
we will send you a gift card. Pick one more, John.
Ann Hammis.
Sorry about that, Ann. You will receive an American Express gift card.
And Ann just won some big money in our pot of gold drawing a couple weeks ago.
All right, so now we're going to pick out 5 names.
Sure.
Okay, we're going to pick 5 names. These 5 will also receive an American Express gift card. And our last 5 will be in the drawing for $1,000. So our next winner,
Haley Kisslinger.
Haley, $50 gift card. Do we need to spin it each time? Or?
Nah, I think
Okay.
Craig Mosqueda.
Craig, I'm sorry you're out for the 1,000, but you received $50 gift card.
Craig also just won, he actually won $1,500 in the pot of gold.
There you go. Sharing the wealth.
Gina Spertoli. I'm
Gina,
sorry,
we're
Gina.
sorry you're out for but you will receive the $50 gift card. 2 more.
Beth Ann Rogers. I'm
Beth
sorry,
Ann is
Beth
out
Ann.
from Coleman. One
All
more.
right. This will get us down to 5. Jackie Swain. Jackie's won some big money in the contest already too.
All right, so we have 5 people remaining, and we have a prize of $1,000. I'd like to give those folks an opportunity right now to unmute yourself. If you guys would like to split the money and each person receive $200, we'll do that, and we don't have to keep drawing. If there's one person that wants to go for the 1,000, then we're all in for the 1,000. So I'm gonna let those folks unmute yourselves.
I'm all for the 1,000.
All for the 1,000. Do I have anyone that, well, I only need one
Yeah.
person that's all in, so we're gonna keep drawing.
One to center.
We're gonna take one name out right now. And that person who is no longer in the drawing for $1,000 is
Abigail Newton.
Abigail. So sorry, but you'll receive a $50 card. We have 4 people left, folks. 4 people, $250 each. What would you like to do? Do you guys want to split the money? Have 4 winners?
I'm happy to share.
Or go for the 1,000?
Oh, come on, don't make me just be the one. Somebody else, what's going on there, people?
Come on. Do I have anybody that wants to
You should be able to unmute yourself if you're one of the last 4 left in the drawing. If not, you can certainly put it in text. Justin Jerica, oh, he says, I'm happy to share.
Oh, Justin, come on, man.
Yeah, I think it sounds like we got somebody saying go for it.
do I have one person saying go for it?
Melanie was a clear go for it.
All right, so we got
I'm gonna go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
Melanie says go for it.
take one out. Yeah, we'll do that in a second here.
Aisha Birch. Oh, no,
Oh.
I'm sorry, Aisha.
All right, you will receive your $50 gift card. We have 3 names left. So guys, I can do the math quickly, $333.33. I'll keep the extra penny. Do you guys want to go for it or do you want to share it?
Not making this call. Not making it.
All right, tell us if you want to share the
What do we got
money.
left, John?
So we've got, obviously, we got Melanie. And who else is there? Gail Smith. Justin.
Share.
We got Melanie, Justin,
Let's
and Gail.
share. Let's share. Let's share.
I got 2 that say share it. I have anybody that wants to go for it.
Justin says share it in the comment box.
Oh.
Melanie, you
Melanie,
said
it's
what?
on you.
I say
Go for
share.
Ah.
I'll tell you what, guys, what if I throw in an extra $200 to go for it? You guys want to go for it if I now make it $1,200?
That's not right, man. That's cold.
All right, we're going to stop here. You guys are going to share it, $333.33 with marketing earning a penny for this live broadcast this morning. Michael, back to you.
Well, hold on.
All right,
Before we
sorry.
do that,
But there's more. What
yeah.
about envelope number 4? No.
well, congratulations to all the office winners and everybody who participated in the contest. Thanks again for your engagement with it. And we're excited to probably launch another contest fairly soon. So if you didn't jump into this one, please take the opportunity to jump in the next one and experience some of the good results that some of these folks are going to experience in the months ahead. Finally, I want to announce our overall company-wide winner, and very excited to announce that Abby Newton from the Long Point Road office was our company-wide high scorer. And Abby, for her prize, is going to enjoy a week-long vacation at a Folly Beach vacation home. So Abby, congratulations to you. Thanks again to everybody. Very successful contest, and we'll be ready to do the next one soon.
Back to you, Michael.
All right, I appreciate that, guys. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Everybody won. We had 3 people walking away with $333 and another 9 with American Express gift cards. We've also got some American Express gift cards to give away on the just for attending. So you didn't even have to do the activities. But the good thing is those who did the activities, they're gonna see the results long into their business. So if you're winning your gift card and you just attended, that's one thing. But you know, if you're winning your gift card because you did the activities, you're gonna win a lot more than the $333. Stacy Hauser in Mount Pleasant North, and Rachel, I apologize. Rachel VIG. I don't want to butcher your last name because it's been done to me a lot. Rachel in Main Street. Congratulations, you've won a gift card for attending as well. So that's awesome. Gonna talk real quick, one more announcement, and then we're gonna talk a little bit about the market, and then we're gonna get to our guest today. March of Dimes is getting underway. Walk for Baby is going to be held in, I believe, early May. Each of your offices should have a March of Dimes captain. I was at Cane Bay yesterday, and they were talking about the exciting activities they're going to have in the Cane Bay office. I think Kim is the March of Dimes captain up there. So be on the lookout for the events in your offices. It's a great cause. We've had so many people that have benefited. April 30th is the walk this year. Thank you, Alex. I knew it was late April, early May. So April 30th is the actual walk itself. You know, I think as a company last year, we were one of the top earners in the area. This has always been a passion project of Oliver Matthews. Sorry, his name slipped my mind for just a second there. In the West Islands office, and we follow Oliver's lead, and it's something that we try to make a lot of fun with and have a good time. And like I said, just for having this town hall, we've raised $310 for March of Dimes already. So congratulations there. I'm going to talk briefly about just a couple of things that we're seeing in the market. Closed sales market wide for February were down 13% in actual units. And year to date, closings are down 8% in units. Now, of note, or interestingly, closed volume was actually up 2% in volume. And agents do get paid on volume. So while we're seeing a decline in units, largely caused by inventory levels. I'd love to say the inventory drought is over because we are over 1,000 listings again, but we're just at 1,007. So I don't really think that counts as the inventory drought being over. But just covering a couple of points, and these are all directly plagiarized from Dave Sansom's market update that he sent out to everybody on Friday. So you guys have all this information, and I really think you need to take the time to review it and understand it and use some of that to send out to your clients. As of Friday, when Dave sent out his information, he talked about standing inventory that was active listings at that point was at 950, and that he was estimating 2,300 listings would be taken in March. That'd be about the same as last March. So if you take 2,300 new listings coming on in March and 950 active listings as we entered the month, that's 3,250 available properties for somebody to purchase just in March. So we've talked about that before, the difference between available inventory and standing inventory. If somebody talks about there's nothing to buy out there, well, you know what? There's going to be 3,250 somethings to buy just in the month of March. But the value to them of having a full-time realtor, beating the bushes, hitting sales meeting, talking about upcoming needs and things in their offices, going on InstaList. You know, if you were on InstaList, you'd know that Michelle Shaw has a property at 3716 River Station Court, which is, you know what? It's a 2.5, 2,350 square foot detached home in Darrell Creek for $830 on half an acre. So if you got somebody that needs privacy, you're in Darrell Creek, right there by Wando, under $830. You know, seems like a good opportunity. Beautiful yard, couple of marsh views from a couple of spots on the property. So again, if you're signed up for InstaList, you know about that property coming up, and that's one of those properties that's probably going to go under contract really fast. And so it helps you add value to your clients on both the buyer side and the seller side in this tight inventory market. Prices in February were up 14% compared to last February. So we still see prices going up really, really high, really, really quickly compared to the 4% historical average that we've seen. So that will continue to create pressure on buyers as well as rising mortgage rates. However, you know what's going up faster than home prices and faster than mortgage rates are rents. And the 30-year fixed mortgage is the number one ahead against inflation. So when your clients talk about prices going up, you need to remind them the other thing that people are talking about more than real estate prices going up is the price of everything going up. And with inflation approaching 9% on an annual basis, the number one hedge against inflation is the 30-year fixed mortgage. In 10 and 15 years from now, when, you know, who knows where gas is, who knows what the cost of a movie ticket is, your client's house payment's going to be the exact same as it is today. So again, you know, lots of good opportunity. Saw 410 properties go under contract last week, which was an amazing week for that week in March. Sharing my screen that you guys can see now. Dave has updated this slide to add the little blue line. So your orange line is 2021. So you can see the pace of ratified contracts. The green line is 2022. Again, remember, sales are down not because of demand. Sales are down because of a lack of supply. If you could find me a couple thousand extra listings, I think we could get a couple of thousand extra sales. So we know what's going on with sales decline on a year-over-year basis, but that blue line is the 15-year average of sales. So we're still well above the average level of sales, even with extra low levels of inventory. And we continue to make sure that we know what's going on in the market and that we fully understand it. All right, let's see if there's a couple of extra things. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I just wanted to share that slide with you. We need 8,000 additional listings to get back to balance. So again, we've sent out that information. And the reason these are all in there, why do we tell you how many listings we need to get to balance? Because people on this call, some of the 307 of you, are going to have clients today say, you know what, houses are too expensive. I'm going to wait till they get cheaper. Just like a share of stock, I'm going to buy the dips. The problem is houses don't get cheaper unless you get a supply-demand imbalance. And we've got incredibly high demand. Foreclosures are basically non-existent. I think Dave's stats said they were 0.4% of the market. Foreclosures are non-existent. There are 10 million open jobs. We have 1,000 listings and we're 8,000 listings away from balance. So do I think prices are going to go up at 14% a year for the foreseeable future? Absolutely not. That number will slow down based on rising prices and rising rates. At the same time, without some massive wave of inventory. And Will and New Homes and everybody else is building them as fast as they can. But you know how long that takes, and you know the land constraints, development constraints, government constraints, permitting restraints, building materials and labor restraints. We're not going to build our way out of this in the short term. There's certainly no foreclosures on the horizon. The economy is growing. There's 10 million open jobs. So short inventory is with us for a while, and prices are going to continue to increase. And people just need to understand that, as well as the Fed has moved rates by a quarter point, but their plan for this year is to move rates significantly. And you're going to start to see that continue to be reflected in mortgage rates. So prices are going to go up. Mortgage rates means the cost of that home is going to go up. And there really has never been a better time to take advantage of this market if you have a buyer who's on the fence and worried about long-term value. Dave put in the comments that the blue line showing that 15-year average was actually Chris Vasello's idea out of the Charleston Central office. I think he wanted to put a few things in perspective, that we're not just comparing a great year to a previous record year, that we're really looking at where things fit in historical context. So Chris, appreciate that idea. And lastly, as Dave's stats showed, most of our market has somewhere in the 1 to 2 week range of inventory. So, we're all friends here. We're all partners. Appreciate everything you guys do. But on the tough love side, if you're just setting yourself up in MLS and hoping something hits the market, and once it dings, you're going to go call your client with a 1 to 2 week supply, you're kind of missing the boat. So I really would encourage you to go back and listen to the last town hall that I emailed out to everybody. I even emailed out just the portion where we're talking about these ideas, so you can skip the announcements and everything else on the 10 ways agents are winning in this market, in creating listings, in getting inventory and opportunities to their client before they hit the general market. We've got to go above and beyond in this market. I know you're working harder than ever, but if we don't do that, our clients won't win. And if we do that, we'll continue to see things like we saw in the month of February, where written sales for the market were down 18%, and written sales for Carolina One agents were down about 15.5%. So as you continue to outwork the market, you beat the market, and you have more clients that win, and clients realize there really is a difference in real estate agents, that are out there. So, all right, I'll get off my soapbox for that. I'm going to turn it over for just kind of a quick conversation with Brooke and Portia. Brooke Goldman and Portia Canales are the co-chair people, I think, or co-chairpersons of our Carolina One Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee. And Brooke, you're still muted on my screen, so you need to unmute yourself. And I'm going to ask you guys to talk a little bit about the committee, what agents might be able to expect to see in their offices as far as their committee representatives, and maybe some new initiatives that we're going to do, and kind of, the purpose of why we're doing this at all.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Brooke Goldman. I work at Salt Point in Career Services. I've been with Carolina One for 10 years.
Hi, everyone. My name is Portia Canlis. I also work at Salt Point. I am the operations manager for the e-commerce department here at Salt Point, and I have been with the company for going on 4 years now.
We're grateful for your time. We appreciate Michael and Patty's support on this and moving things forward, something that's very important to everyone. We'd like to start by sharing our mission statement with all of you to best explain what this is and why we believe it's so important. Carolina One is committed to cultivating a culture of awareness surrounding diversity, equity, and inclusion in the real estate industry. Our mission is to spread awareness as well as provide access and education throughout our community about the steps to homeownership and careers in real estate.
Additionally, we strive to create an environment of varied perspectives where employees and agents of all backgrounds and experiences feel valued and included.
Kim Jenkins, our DEI committee member from Cane Bay, is going to drop that mission statement in the chat, just so everybody can really read that and take it in. We're just going to talk a little bit about data and what got us to this point. Nationally, 80% of realtors are white, 10% are Hispanic, 6% are African American or Black. And if 30% of our Charleston population are Black, and we have the largest growing immigration population in the nation, all of the data shows that there's a gap in representation.
Yep. We all know that people do business with people that they can relate to and trust. And we think that, oftentimes that's based on what people look like. And we sincerely want to serve the whole community. So we need to ask ourselves, does our workforce match our community? Because representation does matter, and it's up to us as a Carolina One family to really speak up and tell others who might not be as open-minded.
Quickly, just talking about equity. Equity is providing resources and assistance to get to the same places. Equality is providing equal opportunities for everyone in our company and our community to succeed. For us, this looks like providing access to careers in real estate and doing our part in making homeownership accessible to all. Patty's obviously doing a great job as well with some of her Bridge the Gap efforts, which we're excited to hear about.
And
So
so
Brooke, sorry. I was just gonna chime in real quick and ask. So when you talk about access and when you talk about providing access, do you guys want to talk about something that the committee is going to be, having available to kind of address that in the realtor community?
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course. So we can jump right into it. One of the ways that we're going to be providing access is through a scholarship initiative that we've set up with the help of Michael. We've established a $50,000 scholarship, which will provide 33 individuals within our community an opportunity to complete the required licensing courses associated with becoming a realtor. That scholarship will also cover some of the first year fees. It'll allow some access to technology in order to complete those courses. And then we'll set up some initiatives behind the scenes that will encourage them and help them be successful here at Carolina One.
And my understanding is, so tell me wrong, those scholarships are available obviously to anyone.
Correct.
Correct. And what are the requirements and how would that work?
So there's going to be an income qualification. There'll be either a written statement or a video statement accepted by the applicant that will help us as a full committee. There is one representative from each office on our committee to decide together who gets those 33 scholarships.
And this will be an annual scholarship, so we'll be able to offer this scholarship every year. And hopefully this will be a good opportunity for everyone who's attending this town hall to get the word out, because we're ready.
And there'll be some income guidelines, and I think those will vary by where the applicant lives.
Sure.
Yes, correct.
And otherwise, those are going to be the only requirements. Because again, and I really appreciated the commitment and time of the committee members when we had our first meeting, in helping really to make sure that everybody understands that diversity means access to everybody. We're not looking to favor one group over another. What we're looking to do is make sure that everybody has access. And so, the way you do that in our world, as far as getting into and being able to enjoy an amazing career in real estate, is really hope with that initial get over the licensing and other side cost structure, which is why we decided the first way we'd tackle that would be through the scholarship program. So I really, really appreciated the committee's work and really think this will be a great opportunity to continue to make sure that everybody has that opportunity to enjoy a career in real estate, which, certainly I believe is one of the most rewarding careers there is.
Well, and that all careers in real estate aren't necessarily being an agent. I've been in real estate for 14 years and I've never sold a house.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And you don't know someone in that capacity who gives you that information you don't know. So just little things that we want to be aware of and spread the message.
Right. The little things that we talked about in that committee meeting, as we have job postings and availability inside the company, and make sure we communicate those company-wide. If we're going to communicate market stats, we certainly need to communicate job openings, so we can make sure that those openings and opportunities are getting out to as many people as possible. Not only that we might know inside our own family, but also so that we get a diverse pool of applicants. And this doesn't have anything to do with the job pool being difficult right now. It just means, we want to make sure we communicate that so we continue to, on all levels, represent the community as we represent our clients.
100%. We want to make sure that our company looks like our community, which is
exactly.
all of us.
So I appreciate the work that you two have put into it. Do you guys want to introduce your committee members, and then we're going to move on to Patty
Sure.
a little bit and talk about Bridge North Charleston?
So our very first committee member, Kim Jenkins, who put the mission statement in the chat, represents the Cane Bay office. Cedric Nelson, downtown. Fernando de la Cruz, Main Street. Kim Farrell, Isle of Palms. Kim Jenkins, Cane Bay. Malik Leverett, West Islands. Michael Scarafile, Salt Point Administration. Nevja Wigfall, Metro North. Robin Welfring, Daniel Island. Chris Cordonaway, Salt Point New Homes Division. Daniel Soto, Trolley Road.
Yep. Josh Jones, Mount Pleasant North. Nia Swinton Jenkins, Park Circle. Shanna Swain, Charleston Central. Tony McLean, Long Point Road. Myself here at Salt Point, and Brooke as well here at Salt Point.
Do you have Nevja on there? Nevja put her name in the chat box. Was she on the list
Yeah,
too?
no, we said Nisha.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure.
We can't. Oh yeah. Please, committee members, if you want to drop your name so that everyone knows, and think of your committee members as your direct connect to the committee. Think of them as the people who will definitely tie our committee efforts back to the offices.
Boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground
In every
100%.
area of our community and in our Carolina One family.
And last, Fernando is at Metro, absolutely, and everybody's putting some of their information in there. We'll circulate that list as well so that you got it. You might hear from them at a sales meeting. We hope in the future to be able to offer some things like Zoom meetings on various topics that people could attend if they want to, as well, so that we can take a deeper dive into certain issues. So this really is just a start, but and I think Malik said it best. You've always got to aim high and say you're going to change the world, which I think is absolutely an admirable goal. And the way we're going to do that is by influencing and changing what we can influence and change. And what we can influence and change is making sure that everybody who has the passion and desire to have a career in real estate has that opportunity here at Carolina One. And we're here to help them in any way we can. So ladies, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And we're going to move on as we're, got about 17 minutes left and trying to stay on time for our town hall. And I'm going to transition over now to somebody who's certainly no stranger to me. And many of you know her as well, Patty Scarafile, to talk a little bit about a project that is near and dear to her heart and that I know she's invested a lot of time and energy in, being Bridge North Charleston. And Patty, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Can you all see me and hear me?
I've got you loud and clear.
Okay, great. Well, first of all, thank you for the opportunity to be here. And Portia and Brooke, congratulations and thank you for leading your committee. I think this is, it all, as you said, starts with awareness. Oh, that's cute. Good group hug there. It starts with awareness and it starts with understanding of the issue. And then it starts with intention. And that's what you all are doing. And I'm just so proud of you and so proud of the whole committee for taking on this initiative. And I think we will be a better company. And I think it'll be a better community because of you all. So thank you so much for that. Let me tell you a little bit about Bridge North Charleston. As I moved away, and I'm still involved with the company in kind of various behind the scene ways, but as I moved away from the day in and day out operation, I knew that for me, retire was not the word, but repurpose maybe is a better word for me. And so I really, I'm kind of a believer at heart that we all have a purpose for being here. And I believe that we have a responsibility to leave the world a little better than we found it when we arrived. And so I looked around for what I had a passion for and had an experience to visit a community in Orlando called Lift Orlando. And it's actually a purpose-built community. And there are probably 30 or 40 of them around the country that are termed purpose-built communities, and was just so impressed in what they had been able to achieve there. And so I looked to how we might be able to replicate that in our own community. And one of the things that I first thought about or realized is that I'm not going to save the world. I'm not going to do anything on a grand scale that even comes close to Lift Orlando. But hopefully, what together with a wonderful group of people we could do is make a difference in a small community. So when this idea first came to me, I asked Michael to read sort of my thoughts that I had put down on paper, and he put a little bit of a bow on it. But really what he said is, I have no idea what you're trying to achieve, because this is an endless list of things to do. I think maybe you need to find a little focus and a little clarity. So from there, we narrowed it down, and it really kind of fell into place. I don't know if you want to call it a God thing or what you want to say, but we found we found a piece of land, thanks to Steve Ray's help. We found a piece of land in an area very close to the Salt Point office called Hub Village, and there was a 7+ acre piece of land that was undeveloped in Hub Village off of Meridian, which is right off of Azalea. And so it seemed like that was a good starting point. We put that land under contract back in February of last year, and there was a lot of due diligence to get through and what have you. But that really sort of set the where, if you would, in terms of this initiative. And the initiative is really the holistic I don't want to say renewal, but focused on Hub Village in the adjacent community of Ackaby to holistically kind of give that community, which is a very underserved community, an opportunity for some of the resources that they don't currently have. The total combined community is 254 households. So we then became very focused on this community and this effort. We have a wonderful board of directors. It's only 5 people. It's a very small board because one of the guidelines was, or one of the visions, if you would, is not to become bogged down in conversation, but to actually do something. And Will Jenkinson is on that board. You know, I know something about real estate. I know nothing about, I've served on a few nonprofit boards along the way, but I know nothing about nonprofits. I know nothing about development. And Will has just been incredibly instrumental in filling in some of the gaps with his background and knowledge and information that I don't have. And each of the board members brings his or her own perspective. We have a member of the community on that board because at the end of the day, anything that we do within a community doesn't need to be for, it needs to be with the current residents. And so Tarsha Giles, along with Tammy Wilson and Henrietta Woodward, you all may recognize some of those names, are our board of directors. So where do we start? Well, we wanted to buy this piece of land and develop it into some home ownership opportunities. There's a lot of substandard housing in this community, and a lot of it is subsidized housing. And it wasn't our intent to add more of that, but to be a nonprofit who could provide a home ownership opportunity. So we have, and I'm going to ask if Will can come in and show you a little bit about what we have on the books. We, Les, how do we make that happen? Or Will, we have a proposal. We own the land. We now closed on it. We had, as with many things these days, a little bit of challenge with the due diligence. But in November, we actually closed on this land. And Will, do you want to take it from there and just tell them a little bit about the plans and where we are in that process?
Absolutely. Thank you, Patty. I'm excited to join Bridge North Charleston and help Patty in these efforts. And we do have a great board. This property, as you see on the screen, sits basically in the corner of Azalea and Meridian, just off Cosgrove in North Charleston. you see the layout of approximately a little less than 2 acres of land. We are in the process of donating the balance of the land, which there will be some high acreage remaining in the balance of the 5 acres. A lot of it is wetlands, but we are donating the balance to the city of North Charleston. And they are in return are going to develop into a community park for the residents of the entire community, not just what we're building here. But back to our site plan, you will see 4 buildings that will consist a total of 20 townhome units, both 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom. I'm going to show you the plans here shortly. But this kind of gives you a layout of the residence. All the in units are the 3 bedrooms and the interior units are your 2 bedrooms. This is a view or showing a quick glance of the first floor of the units, all similar in nature with storage off the back of each house as well, each dwelling unit. Upstairs, you'll see the 3 bedrooms on the end depicted here, and then the 2 bedrooms with their own private baths and laundry upstairs. These will be fully equipped all the way through with washer and dryer, refrigerator, microwave, blinds. So what we call a turnkey, be ready to move into and enjoy. This gives you an elevation of the front of the building, the back of the building, and then your side elevations of each building. I do want to switch real quick over. Real quickly, I want to transition to our website, which we're excited to launch this effort in the last week or so. Big thanks to Michelle Scarafile for all the way in Australia, has been working on this website with Patty all the way back here in Mount Pleasant, and very impressive website. We'll drop this in the chat box as well when I finish up. But you'll see bridgenorthcharleston.org. It's a great thing to share, to review yourselves. I would not be remiss if I didn't tell you that there's an opportunity to get involved from a financial aspect. So if you are so willing or have someone that would like to get involved, there is a donate button here that you can take you to that page. But a great website that talks about our story, which Patty described. It talks about the community, the early initiatives, what we're doing, the timeline, and we're right now reviewing the plans and getting the budget put together for the plans as well as the site work. And we hope to start this project, or will start this project. You don't hope, you do. This summer is when we plan to break ground, and we'll be sharing more information as we move forward. And I'll turn it back over to Patty for anything she wants to add. I will want to add another initiative when it talks about the community we're involved, as we have also set up a scholarship at Trident Tech in the amount of $25,000 to get it started. Only requirement is you must have a GED or high school diploma, and you must be a resident of this community, Maccabee and Hub Village. And we've already had our first 2 applicants start their programs, and we have our next submission in April. So we'll be continuing that program about developing jobs and careers for those who are also living in this area of Charleston.
Thanks, Will. So just a quick recap, and this, as Will said, we always welcome money, but this was not intended to be a solicitation. So I certainly don't want that to come across as such. Going back to the home ownership opportunity, which is really, we think, key, because owning a home can really change a family's life, not only for the immediate family, but for generations to come. It's sort of, Michael wrote an article, some of you may remember, if not, it's referenced, and you can find it on this website under resources. But Michael wrote an article about in 2020, I believe it was, about the difference in people who own their homes and people who do not, and what it does for their long-term just financial security and wealth for generations to come. So the goal here for us is, and again, as you all know better than I, prices are going up, construction cost is going up. So I don't know how close we can come to this, but our initial goal was that if you were a household making $40,000 a year and you had decent credit and job stability. Now, those are two important considerations. You don't have to have top credit, but decent credit and job stability, and you make a household income of $40,000 a year, that you would be able to have an opportunity for home ownership. The down payment and closing costs will be subsidized. So you don't have to have money, but you do have to be able to sustain and make your full house payment. So we're pretty excited about that. It's not, again, it's a little project. It's very focused on 254 households. And the key components are the home ownership, but it's not just an opportunity for home ownership. It's also the opportunity, as Will said, for education. Trident Tech has things from a 9-week certification program that will qualify you to go get a job, all the way to the more traditional associate's degree and lots of things in between. So it gives the educational aspect, and it's for people of all ages. So it's not just for recent high school graduates. So the educational opportunity, the home ownership opportunity, providing the park and playground for the neighborhood, we think will be nice to have some additional green space in that community, and that will serve all of the residents well. And the other thing that we want to do is we really want to pull together, this is a big challenge, and we're not quite sure how to do this, except maybe to start by our own example. We want to start pulling together some of the nonprofits who are already doing work in these communities, because there's wonderful work being done, and our effort is not to duplicate, but to align so that we're all working together, because this is not an effort for home ownership or for education, or for food security. It's got to be for everything holistically, because they all work together. So we're very excited about the opportunity and really appreciate sharing that with you all. And it sort of ties a little bit into the new committee that the company is working on. So we'd love for you to go to bridgenorthcharleston.org and check it out and keep up with our progress on that. So thank you so much for your support and for the opportunity to share it with you. Michael, back to you.
Absolutely. No, I appreciate it. Yeah, the Chinese proverb, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. And I think that's kind of what this is. Ryan Tisdale said, Habitat's been doing this for a long time, and how they qualify families. And Ryan, you're absolutely right. And we've talked to a lot of outside groups. The difference of this project is obviously it's focused on the members of that community. And a lot of this housing used to be public housing owned by the city of North Charleston. And over the years, what North Charleston did was North Charleston decided the best way to serve some of the housing needs was to sell off their public housing, largely to private owners, investors, which is okay. I understand that model, and to provide subsidized rent vouchers. And that's what they've done. But unfortunately, then what you do is you get this community that's a tight-knit, close community, but the home ownership rates are, almost non-existent. And so,
Michael, one other thing I wanted to add, I know I'm interrupting you, and I apologize. This will remain in the master deed, long-term affordable housing. So it's not just for these initial 20 residents, but it will continue to be affordable housing ongoing. And the second thing is that a lot of these properties in these neighborhoods have already been bought up by LLCs. And so these neighborhoods are ripe for gentrification based on their location and what have you. So, hopefully it will make a difference, at least for a few families. Sorry, Michael.
No, not at all. I mean, I think that's exactly the point is, you make a difference. And if we attack, and there's a reason why Brooke and Portia talked, and then we had Bridge North Charleston talk, because I think a lot of these issues, if you attack them from multiple sides, how do we promote home ownership across our community, where our office is located? How do we encourage people to get into an industry of real estate? You know, Kim, not to put you on the spot, but Kim Jenkins has set a goal of 10 years to help 500 first-generation home buyers, because it is an important issue. And I hope everybody gets $1 million cash buyer who walks in tomorrow and wants to buy a house and close in 5 days, and you get paid a great big commission. But the truth is, while that pays really well, opening the door and handing the keys over to that first-time home buyer who's been working on it for years is incredibly more rewarding. And so I appreciate everybody's time and attention. I appreciate all our guests. Congratulations to our contest winners. The last thing I'm going to do is announce our last gift card winners for joining us on our town hall. We already talked about Matt, Stacy, and Rachel. Our other 7 winners are Jim Atkinson from the Trolley Road office, who just had his first listing. Congratulations, Jim. Liz Rand from Long Point Road. Michelle Austin, Isla Palms. Beatty Martin from Coleman. I see you, Beatty. Georgia Richard from Metro North. Zakari. I can't believe I probably got that wrong again. We just covered this on Thursday, so I apologize. I'm a little flustered now. From Cane Bay. And Kat Schumann from Mount Pleasant North. Zakari's probably not on the call because I think she is in or maybe at an international conference anyhow. Sorry about that. All right. Well, thank you again for joining us. We're just a couple minutes over 11, so we're going to go ahead and end the call and the town hall now. Hope to see everybody soon. Good luck. Stay safe out there. I know it's a tough market, but keep fighting for your clients and they'll win eventually. And please let us know what we can do to help you. So again, thank you very much and see everyone soon. Thank you.